Alright, in this episode we're gonna spice up the final part of this level. We're gonna spice up the wave and we're gonna add a lot of different effects to it from beginning to end. It is gonna be excellent. We are nearing the end, my dudes. Okay, so now wave part. For the wave part I have a very cool idea. And we're going to do that by adding these guys first, and then we're going to go like that. And the very first thing we want to do is bring this to a corner, and then we're going to copy and paste, move it up, right, copy and paste, right up, copy and paste, right up, copy and paste, right up, copy and paste, right up. And then we're going to select the very first one, copy and paste, right up like a very big one. And now we're going to align them on the X and on the Y so that we have this beautiful looking thing. And make sure to delete the last one so that there are only 6. And now you can copy and paste it, and it looks very nice. So we have this glow, right? And you guys are going to see what we're going to do with this one. This one's going to be very, very cool. So first step is to, of course, fill it in here across this whole section. So we have done that. Now we just have to, make sure we copy and paste until here like that. And over there has to be one more like so. Maybe a bit like that. Yes, that looks pretty nice. And now we're going to rotate these guys like so. And phenomenal looking. Now this one should be like that. Delete the last one. Actually, now we need the last one. So now we want to do this edge thing, and yeah, we're just going to move it over here, and we need this structure that basically makes it go to the right. So now like that, and we can get rid of this one for now. And what we're going to do is we're just simply going to copy and paste this as we think it should work. And it doesn't really matter that it looks a bit weird. What we can do next is simply select all of them and align X. This way they all look a lot cleaner. And we're going to move this one a bit down because there's like some weird thing in here because they are two probably. I think it's fine like that. All right. So, how did I forget? Wait, did I forget this or did I delete it accidentally? I'm just going to do this, copy that part and add it into here. Delete this one. And the final thing is over there. We need this one as well, like that. All right, nice. Now we have a section full, and the one on the top, we have to add that to it as well. All right, so like that. And now what we're going to do is we are going to do this and simply do the same thing that we did previously by going to here and doing exactly that. So now we're going to copy this line, the straight one, and then we're going to go here and then there and then kind of, yeah, like that, and then align X, select all of them like so. And now we want to copy all of this and align it up over here like so. And now we want to copy it again, delete the last one so it doesn't overlap, and it's kind of looking pretty good. So now like so, and the final line we're going to have to add as well by deleting this one and adding them like that. This looks pretty good. Now select everything and align on the X, make sure you save. And now what we're going to do is we're going to select everything and we're going to see how that's going to look. So we're going to add a new color, make it cyan, kind of very bright. And now we're going to click on the scale, and then we're going to make sure this one is enabled and kind of scale them up like so. Now the color could be a bit more, yeah, actually I think kind of orangish would fit a lot better. So orangish. So now what we're going to do is we're going to give them a group ID of 166, and we're going to add an area fade. So with this, player 166, and from this to that, and now if you play, you guys are going to see that this is going to lead to a very cool effect. And if we play, you guys are going to see that the effect around the wave just looks absolutely phenomenal at the beginning. You guys saw that? So the issue here is that these guys are actually moving. All of this stuff is moving, so 62. So we're going to have to go to those guys. Where are they? The ones that we just added, and give them that corresponding group ID so that they actually move up as well. So all of the ones in here, and it doesn't really matter about the ones back there because they don't really move, and we're going to give them 62. And yeah, look at this. Now this is going to look a lot cleaner. You guys can see I love adding this effect to the wave. It's very simple to add, and it works. It works very nice. What I also could do to spice this up even more, but I'm not too sure if I'm going to do that because we already have like 6,600 objects, but I'm going to copy and paste, see how that's going to look. And then we're going to scale it up a lot, but we're going to make the brightness a lot lower. So this way, this is how it's going to look at full brightness. And if you go over there, this is how it's going to look. Actually, I kind of like this. I'm going to keep it like that. This is looking phenomenal, looking very nice. Okay. Nice. We could change the values in here to maybe make it like 30 or something, but I think, yeah, I think the values we had previously were pretty cool because having a value that's low make them kind of come and go very fast. Okay, so this is what we have, which honestly looks good. So what I want to do now is I kind of want to move the camera up and down with your movements of the wave. So it's gonna go up and then slowly down as well. Actually, never mind. I'm not gonna do that. But one thing I want to do is kind of pulse these blocks over here that we have. Those ones. So this is color, this is color 7 and 8. So what I want to do is because there's like this constant pulse, I want to do a pulse to 7 to kind of like a more bright like that perhaps. And now you guys will see that it's kind of starting to pulse. And I kind of want to have this like actually very dark. I want to copy and paste it, move it up, and then we're going to do color 8. And this one's going to be yellowish. Yeah, like that. Looks very nice. So now if we start, you guys are going to see that the blocks are pulsing to that color that we gave it, which is awesome. I want to make it so that these two are actually a lot longer so that they kind of last a bit more. So like that. Yeah, now this is starting to look excellent. I love it. Nice. All right, nice. Okay, so in here, if you guys play the song, you guys will see that there's something with the song that has changed. There's like something new. There's like this kind of and what we're gonna do is we're gonna copy these things and we're just gonna make them play, right? We're gonna make them pulse one after the other. However, we're gonna make sure that these are in the far background and the color that it's gonna pulse to is gonna be a color that's gonna be fitting for this part. So maybe something like this. Ooh, this could actually look pretty good. So like here, and now we want to copy and paste and build helper and then go somewhere else. Maybe do this like that. Now we want to do it like that. So let's just see how the song is. All right, and we're just going to copy and paste this and do it over and over again. And we're just going to change the rotation slightly so that we have a bit of variations over here like that. Should be pretty good. So now if we play, this should be pretty cool. So as you guys can see, this is wow. I absolutely love this effect, and two reasons for that. First one is that it's very cool, of course, and second of all, it's very optimized. So it literally only requires a few objects to do it. So now I think this should look pretty cool. Let's test it out. Yes, indeed, this is so smooth. I absolutely love it. This is so cool. All right, we're gonna continue. We're gonna copy and paste this one last time. And actually, we don't need to do build helper anymore. The reason for that is because if we pulse this one, it's also going to pulse that one, but it doesn't really matter because we're not going to be able to see that. So yeah, that's great. Okay, so this is where we want to stop now. So we want to delete everything that is after that specific point in time. And now you guys will see that we have added something pretty cool in the background, which is, yeah, phenomenal looking. And yeah, let's just continue spicing this up. Let's see if we add, actually, I don't think these guys are going to look cool. Actually, we can give it a try. We're going to copy these guys, see if they would look cool in here. I think they would if they would have this orange color, because orange is like the special color of this specific part. So adding it over here, and also I feel like these guys should be on these guys should be far in the background, which they are not right now. So see, I should have also made these guys on top on a new layer, I mean, so that we can't, you know, select the wrong object or, you know, do any of these weird issues, right? We don't want to do any weird stuff. So now like that, we want to bring these guys on a new layer and we're going to bring them back so that they are behind everything. Yeah, exactly. Now this is actually looking a lot cleaner than before. Wow, this is actually looking pretty good. Okay, so how can we spice this up even more? So now we have a lot of different things that we have added throughout the whole level. So we can pretty much just take a look at some stuff and see if we can just copy and paste it. So we could do the saw blades, actually. We could do the saw blades because the saw blades we did these guys a lot. And why not just use them in here as well? So I'm going to copy this one, which is a bit a smaller saw blade. It's going to look cool if we just, you know, scatter these guys just around this part. Just add a little bit more detail, right? A little bit more detail is always a why not. Right? That's what I always like to say. And now, if we play it one more time, you guys are gonna see that we are vibing indeed. You guys see that the more the song adds, the more stuff we have to add to kind of, to make the level, the style fits more with it. So what I'm gonna do next is, alongside these pulses, I want to add some random celebrations. So this is how it's gonna be. We're gonna add these ones. We're gonna select the circle, and then we're gonna do maybe 5 and 5 as well. We're gonna make it go like that. So kind of like this. Then kind of, actually, we don't want to use this. We want to use a friction position. So like that, so that they go kind of like this. And yeah, this is how they're gonna be. A bit more position, yeah, like that. Maybe a bit more, yeah, like that. That looks pretty cool. So it's like a celebration thing. And we can add a bit of, this guy so that they kind of fall down. And yeah, like that. Maybe a bit more of this guy so that they kind of go to the right. And this is looking phenomenal. So what we want to do now is we just want to give it a completely random color. And we can do that by simply just doing that. And now every single particle has a random color. Now we want to make it just a slight bigger like that. Exactly. And now we want to do 179, and then we can just add 179 over here and make sure that this is set on animate on trigger and quick only. And now you guys can see that we have played this particle. However, we accidentally made, actually no, that's right. Okay, so why is this so, it's kind of fading away at the end, which I don't really like. So actually that's fine. Okay, so what we're gonna do is just simply just copy and paste. We're gonna copy and paste it. And what's cool in here is that what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a slight change. And what we want to do is simply group some of these so that we have certain things that just pulse at once. So let me show you what I mean. So we have these particles, and I'm just gonna place them randomly on this section over here. And we're just gonna copy and paste those guys even more so that we're gonna do the same triggers again. So it doesn't matter if a particle plays 2 times, even though it's not visible, that's totally not an issue. And we just want to make sure that all of them are on the same spots. And adding these particles could just add more to your level as a whole. So yeah, why not do it? Now we're going to copy that one and just fill in this whole section over there, full with particles, right? And then copy and paste, just completely go crazy mode. And now we're just gonna do this and place these guys over there. And now we're just gonna give it a playtest, see how that's gonna look. All right, not bad. I can't really see many of these particles. And why is that? Actually, there's an issue where I just can't see the particles. Like for example, this particle over here, this one is on 184, as you guys can see, and we are animating it, but it's not really animating. Only these guys are animating. I don't know why. I've never gone through this issue. This is a very weird bug. Like I tried giving it a new group ID and it just doesn't want to work. I don't really know why. Here are the settings, and I am super confused. That's okay. So I made this really long, and as you guys can see, this should last 5 seconds. But if you play, you can see that it instantly goes away. So there is something wrong with this. Let me see what the issue is. I kind of want to know. I see. Okay, so if you go on these particles that we added, they actually have the object color set in here. And what we did, if you guys remember, we made the object color to 0 opacity, which means all these particles are simply gonna go away, which is not what we want. So to fix it, simply go to all of these particles, and I've actually never gone through this bug. Not a bug, it's just something that I've overseen. And we're just gonna give it like any color. Color doesn't really matter because we're setting the color through here, right? And now if you play, you guys are gonna see that we're gonna have some random celebrations, which is yeah, this looks phenomenally good. I like it. All right, and one last, actually, I don't know if that's gonna be the last one, but I also want to add the pixels. These pixels, I also want to add those guys. And I'm thinking of adding them like in the background, like before, and then we're gonna make them a bit bigger like that. Actually, that's a bit too much, and maybe something like this. Yeah, maybe like that. And then what we're gonna do is we're simply gonna just put these guys somewhere over here. By the way, click on F3 to get that effect, or if you pause your game and then go to preview mode, you should have this new thing, and that's pretty cool. And now we're just really playing around with some of these guys, kind of making the perfect flow that we want, and like that should be pretty good. All right, so now the only issue is that you guys can see that actually it already is working. It's working pretty good. I did not expect that to work because we're supposed to also move what is it called? The 87, we're supposed to move it up a little bit, but that was actually a bit later than I thought. So now we have these pulsings, which are honestly pretty good looking. And we're gonna move this even more to the top so that the other guys can also be visible. But yeah, you guys can see that we just moved the baseline up and down, and yeah, this is this is looking pretty good. This is honestly looking pretty nice. But I kind of feel like, okay, so first of all, these guys, they have to all go down behind everything, right? B5 we said, and you guys will go to B5 as well. So now we have this one that looks like that, and did we add any saw blades in there? I don't think so, right? We didn't add. All right, spam some saw blades in there, make it look a bit better. And this small one I also like adding, is a bit different. Copy and paste somewhere in here like so. And I also want to make, I kind of feel like these guys, where are they? Like the squares are a bit too big. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all of them, click on scale, click this icon and make them really small. This way they will be a lot smaller, and that's a bit better, I feel like. And yeah, actually I kind of feel like it's a bit too weird. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select each individual one and then scale it down with this one so that the distance between them also gets changed, which is actually something that we want. Otherwise, if they are just too far apart, it's going to look a bit weird, which is not what we want, right? We want this to look cool, and that's exactly what we are doing here. That's our goal, to make a very cool level. And yeah, we are down to the last two, and we can scale them down like so and move each individual one to its place. And now if we play on no preview mode, on preview mode I mean, we're gonna see that we have a very cool looking thing. This is actually a lot better than what we have made so far. And yeah, the baseline in here has to go even more down, so I'm just gonna copy one of these guys and it's gonna make it go down even more. And you guys saw that we're just fixing some external bugs over here. So this one, for example, has a, you can't see stuff because it's too far to the top. So maybe like that. Now, yes, that's much better. And you guys are seeing how we're making a much cleaner progress. And we are almost done. We are coming to an end of this massive video. All right, so the very final things that we need to do is, I believe we have spiced this up enough. I mean, we added so many cool things into this part. It just looks really nice. However, in here, still, it feels like it's a bit empty, and I don't know what to do. What you could do, for example, I can give you just a few examples, and you could add, like, I don't know, like, let's add a spider net, like a very big one. And then what we want to do is make it black and make sure that it's on top of these guys. And then you guys will see that it looks a bit weird. So we can copy the values of this one, add a gradient object, and then paste the color and the state. And then we can do this and then kind of make it like a fade, which is on top, which is basically going to make this section kind of like fading in, you can say. And it just looks clean. So you can add stuff in here if you want to. So I don't know if there's anything else that you would like to add. For example, oh, I like adding these guys, a lot of them. What we're going to do is we're going to move this one down we go. And we're just going to fill this in with like random stuff, including this net, because I think that looks pretty cool. We're going to go to that object and start spamming it. And we're going to go, if these ones are 4 as well, would that look cool? Nah, we can't see them if they are on 4. We're going to have to use a bit of a brighter, like so. And now if we put this on top, you guys are going to see that this is going to start to look a lot cleaner. So like that, and then these guys can go over here. And now it's just time to basically add the shading. I'm just going to copy one of these guys, bring it on a new layer, and I'm going to copy the states and the colors and everything. And we're just going to start filling these guys in with like some random stuff, because that's all this is about now. So something like that, and then we can do this, and then copy, and then paste, and then that, and then this. And then of course the very final bit that we're going to do, including these ones like that, paste, state, and color. And now you guys can see that this looks a lot better. There's no longer these very sharp edges to these guys, which is always what we want, right? We always want to have a smooth thing. We're never looking for some unsmooth stuff, right? So now just fill this in just like I said, like we always do it. And yeah, this is looking pretty good. So what we want to do is we want to do this, and then that, and then this, and then that, and then paste state and the color. And you guys are going to see that this is going to start to look very cool. All right, so in here is the final few things. So like that, this, and then in here one again, and over there, there, like that. Maybe this one a bit rotate and delete this one, do that, and then get rid of the spider net that is underneath, and this should look pretty cool. All right, awesome. Let's see how this is gonna play because now we have less empty spots. Yeah, this looks a lot better. This is just so cool. And yeah, now we have officially reached the spam part, on which what we're gonna do is the following. So the first thing we want to do is we want to zoom out the camera. We want to zoom out to like 0.8 in a very slow state. Not slow, we're going to make it a bit faster actually. And this way we have a, yeah, actually a bit more even, maybe 0.67 or something. Actually, there's already a zoom there, which, that's not that good. So what do we want to do? Maybe in here, if we zoom out like that quickly. Yes, now it looks much better. So now one thing I want to add is we're going to add a single particle that's basically going to fly like that on a random direction. And this one's going to be quite big. It's going to be like a circle that's going to go like that and then stop, kind of go back even a bit like that. Oops, the timer. And what we're going to do is we're going to make this on 0 and we're going to make it a group ID of 185. And for the first time, we're going to use the advanced follow trigger for something very simple. So we want to place any object you want. Let's place this circle, give it a group ID of 186, and then grab in here 186, and we want to make it follow the player. This way, this one is always on the player. You guys are going to see that this circle is always on the player, which is exactly what we want, because now what we can do is make this invisible. And we're going to use another new trigger called the spawn particle. And this one, what it does is it basically spawns any particle you want in the given position, on the given position. So we want to spawn the particle, this one, 185. So we want to put 185, and on the player, so 186, 186. And what we're going to do is multi-trigger, spawn and multi-trigger. And then we're going to give it a bit of random scale, maybe a bit like that. And then we're going to put it every time you click. And you guys remember that we added this counter that happens every time you click, and we're going to just copy and paste the state, and now every time you click there's going to be a particle that's going to come out of you, which is, yeah, this just looks pretty cool. And what I'm thinking of doing, instead of having it going to a random direction, I'm just going to make it go to the right, so like that. And now if you click, let's see how that's going to be. Not bad. Maybe if we made it a bit faster, like so, would be pretty cool. And now if you click, you guys are going to see that, yeah, this is a lot better now. Clean. This does not look that bad at all. And I think to cover these areas from top to bottom, I'm going to use this thing that I used over here. We're going to copy everything from here, and we're going to paste it over here. I'm going to make it like that. And then what I'm going to do is, of course, copy the clouds as well, because the clouds are also very cool. So copy the clouds from there to here. Make sure you have the clouds selected. Disable this one. And why can I not see the particles in here? Just gonna select them. Okay, why? We made them hidden, I think. Did we? Nah, these are objects color. The same issue again. So we're gonna make everything on there. And now you guys are gonna see that we're gonna have a cool like that. Maybe something like this. And this is a much cooler looking thing. And yeah, now we have a bottom section like that. So now we're gonna make you basically just be inside these two things. So first step is to, of course, make your line like that. Continue making this until the very end. And now you can copy and paste all of this, move it up, and do where you want to do. So like that. And yeah, now we have a way on which we can just keep spamming. And another thing I want to add are these pulsing things. I want to kind of grab them from here, copy and paste them, and you can just put them in there without having to do build helper. The reason for that being is we don't really care if those ones get pulsed as well. All right, so now we just have to line it up with the perfect flow with the song. So I'm just going to link them for now. And look at this. Now we have these pulsing things which look pretty cool. All right, nice. Okay, we are getting very we are nearing the end right now. So another thing I want to do is add those guys. You guys remember we added the very cool looking things that kind of give it this celebration particle. I'm gonna add that as well on top of the pulsing triggers like so. And now we're just gonna put these guys right in the specific path over here, and we can just copy and paste them to the very end just so that they are constantly doing this pulsing. And now this looks so phenomenal with the background as well, kind of showing geometry dash. Looks very cool. Now make sure to remove this one because otherwise it's going to be a bit boring. And we have the wall at the end. and I'm actually gonna make the wall kind of go below here, so that if you haven't clicked many times, you're actually just going to die. And there is one thing I want to do in here. I want to enable the hitboxes first of all, and then I'm simply gonna add a block and make it 5, and I'm gonna add it on here and just make like a line in here so that the player can't go outside of the level, right? We don't want to do that. And we're gonna add the D block, of course, because we don't want the player to die. So we're just spamming the D block across the whole thing like that. And this is just to make sure that player doesn't, go outside of it. And now I'm just gonna do this so that player, there's no way he can go out. And yeah, this is looking pretty good. Now, yes, so that we also copied these particles, which is not what we want. So we want to get rid of them because they look otherwise very weird. And yeah, this one in here as well. Let's see if there's anything else we can copy and paste. Maybe the saw blades could look cool if they are kind of like sticking out like that. Like that would be pretty cool. And maybe make them even a lot faster this time, because you are, yeah, we're on a very fast route over here. Just make sure you don't overuse them. I think I already used too many. So instead of using this one over here, we're gonna use this smaller one, right? Because randomness and a bit of variation is always nice. So like that here and there and here as well. All right, let's see. Is there anything else we could copy and paste? Is there anything else that we made that we think looks pretty cool? Maybe these ones, actually, yeah, we can grab these ones as well, add them in here, and actually, I want to make this one 0 and less this one. So that, yeah, I think these ones look pretty cool as well. We're gonna do this, and then we're simply gonna copy it throughout the whole part, and this should be pretty cool. All right, so now what else do we want? We want to add, what is it called? Like, actually, I don't know if that would make sense. Yeah, I'm not gonna add them, never mind. But now, if you play, you guys are gonna see that this is looking, yeah, looking pretty good. We forgot to make these ones fast as well, so we want to select them and make them go really fast, like crazy fast, like I'm talking crazy fast, like that. And if the player decides to go down, doesn't really matter, because do these guys have hitboxes? No, they don't. That's good. So now the player, also make sure to copy and paste this one and make it really like that, so that the player can never miss this portal. And we want to make it on hide so that it's invisible, so that even if you go like up very early, you're still gonna go very fast. You're gonna have to click many times in order to win, and I haven't clicked many times, which is why I lost. So click, and we have done it. Nice. Let's go. And then it zooms out like that, and yeah, we have finished. We have finished, guys. After, I don't know how long, like 12 hours took me to make this whole level, but officially we are on the horizon to finishing. So now what we want to do is simply make everything hidden. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually remove this because I'm unhappy with it. And I'm going to do this one, remove it. And object color actually already went to black, but I'm then kind of showing it again. But we're not going to do that. We're going to remove this so that everything is hidden. And what I'm going to do is simply add a nice little line at the end, which we're going to do using these guys. We're going to use these guys, add this beautiful line that we're going to simply add in here so that it doesn't feel too weird, right? Because we don't want this jump pad to be on top of nothing. And like that, this looks pretty cool. I'm going to copy and paste it and make it very big like that, and maybe place it under it, but kind of low opacity black this way. Yeah, like that. And yeah, now the player doesn't really know what's going on. They just get pushed into here, which is okay because the player cannot die, right? We're making invisible gameplay, but the player cannot die. So yeah, boom, and awesome. Guys, look at this. You have made all of this. Phenomenal job. Awesome. And what I want to do is I want to try to add these rotate things. I'm going to just grab them and rotate in here. I'm going to do ease in and out, kind of like slow, like that. See how that's going to look. And yeah, doesn't look that bad. Actually, I don't know if I want to add that. Maybe if we add a bit more like that. So now kind of looks like rotating. Yeah, it's not bad. I'm just going to leave it like that. All right, just make sure that your end things don't get leaked so that nobody knows how you did this stuff. So make it like that so it doesn't look like, you know, obvious object. And yeah, we're pretty cool. I'm gonna add an end trigger in here, and just to end the level. This just ends the level, and it's gonna be in there. And what else do I want to add? I'm gonna add like a small end portal, which isn't gonna look the best, but it's just gonna be a small thing. We're gonna use the radius mode for the first time. We're gonna make the radius like that, and then everything like so, and make this one a bit like that, a bit like so, a bit like that, maybe this, and maybe make this one a bit bigger, and this one's gonna be the center object. So 187, we're gonna add in here, just make sure the particle color is actually on 1 so it doesn't go invisible. We're gonna go 187. 187, if you touch in here, you're gonna just be slammed into there. So we're gonna give this a try in normal mode to see how the last part is gonna look and to see if we can add any more stuff. But I think it looks pretty good. All right, now boom, and that was a bit too early. So what we're gonna do is two things. To hide this ground on the right, you can just add any random object at the end, because you can't actually get rid of that wall. We can just move it far to the right by just adding random objects at the end. And we're gonna add this one in here and this one over there. And what I'm gonna do is I'm simply gonna use particles. They're just gonna continue going so that it feels like the level still goes on, but you just ended here, right? Like that. Maybe this one a bit like so. Yeah, and then you can just bring this like in the center, this particle over there like so. And now another thing that was an issue is I feel like these pulsing things kind of stopped pulsing for some reason. Oh yeah, in here they kind of just stopped. Okay, that's not good. We want to copy and paste them again and make them in here like that. And we can unlink, because after this we don't really want any more. Nice. Okay, so now let's give it one last try and see if there's anything we need to fix. Boom, just beautiful stuff. So now we're just gonna stay in the center, click more than 25 times, and yeah, that was a bit too late. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring this a bit like that, and yeah, just make sure your end line actually looks good, because this is gonna be the last thing Rob sees before he rates the level, if he even plays your level until the end. But yeah, it's looking pretty good so far. Yeah, that was pretty good. That was pretty nice. All right, now you have an end screen as well. You can add your level name and stuff like that in here. You are making it. Only one episode left. Let's go. I will see you there.